No? Yo, yo, yo. You guys have no idea what's about to happen. Part 2. I'm sorry that I'm a little late here. A little technical difficulty. Continue jamming this. We'll be right with you. Guess what, folks? Coming right for you. Right here in the 412. So that's how you start an intro. So we're going to go right into this. I hope you guys are ready. What's up?
How's it going?
What is up, folks? It is your boy, Timmy B. Guess what? You're here with me. You're kicking it with Timmy B. I got a special guest. I got 2 special guests here, but I'm going to introduce them here in a second. If you are new to this, realize that I'm going to give this intro every time. This is our time together. You're kicking it with me and my special guest. So, without further ado, I'd like to announce that the 2 incredibly gifted people here today. Shout out to one of them standing right next to me. Shout out to 3 River Patriot. How you doing, bro?
I'm good, man. I'm doing good.
Good.
Thanks for having me on for soon.
Absolutely. And guess what? We got JD in the background. I'm not talking about Jacquie Daniels. What up? She is our lovely sound girl today. Thank you for coming out.
You're welcome. Thank you.
She is cool people. I got a cool person standing next to me. So, real quick, I just want to let everyone know that I'm not sponsored by anybody. The only person I'm sponsored by is Jesus Christ himself for giving me another day on this earth, you know what I mean?
Oh,
yeah. My man. So this was a totally great idea. Besides the new sponsors, I just want to give a shout out to Palmetto Tree, the homie Freddie G, aka the Cuzzo, my homie PC. And this is not even on. I don't even know why I even did that. Hold up. And the homie PC. And shout out to my pops. Shout out to everybody who's been supporting me. We're gonna start this. This is what was I calling this? This is the Kicking It with Timmy B, featuring 3 River Patriot / JD. Did I say it's 2019?
Yeah.
It's definitely 2019. And we're talking about the Second Amendment. This is a Second Amendment podcast, and we're just kicking it. Just so you know, FYI, before you get dabbled, before you get sucked into this, because if not, I don't want to waste your time. But you're here right now. Stay with me, because we're going to take you on this journey. So, it's not working? No. Oh, there it is.
There we go. That's working now.
I know. Anyway, So, for real, let me just get into it. How you doing today, man? For real.
I'm doing good. I'm doing alright.
So you guys traveled here from a very far place, but it's really
I wouldn't
Super
really
far.
say it's that
it's like not
far.
that far.
Nah, it's about
Walk.
a 20-minute drive.
Barefoot.
Was it really?
No, that's not that bad, yeah.
Okay. Anything crazy happened like on your way here, man? Every time I drive, there's probably something crazy that I see.
Nah, nothing out of the ordinary.
Okay, good. So here's what I want to say. Thank you for like seriously. Thank you for coming out. You guys are my second guest here for another episode. I figured that since I talked to Dante, my last guest, about gun control and kind of like the Second Amendment, just life in general, I figured that you'd be the perfect person I can really kind of talk to about and
appreciate
hear your perspective.
Yeah, I'm ready to talk about it, man. It's something I'm very passionate about. For sure.
Okay. Look, man, for real, what platforms are you on now to like get your content out here? Because if people don't know, my homie Ryan here, Three River Patriot, has a very lovely YouTube channel.
Yes, I do. Now, I haven't posted in a while on my YouTube channel. It's because I've had some other stuff happening in my life. I had to take a day job for a little while.
Mm-hmm.
Before that, I was completely self-employed. So I still am kind of self-employed, but that, obviously I have more free time to make videos, make content, and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I am going to get back to that here pretty soon. I'm waiting actually for my little brother to come home from Key West.
Mm-hmm.
He's a cancer survivor. He actually survived brain cancer, and I'm going to do a whole video
Okay.
on his story.
Okay.
And hopefully, kind of give some people hope who are kind of going through that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, man, I got some other videos in the works. If you guys don't know me, and Tim's real into cars. We have a really cool car scene coming up 2 weekends from now. Hoping to maybe get out and check some stuff out there. No guarantees, but I think we might be able to come up with something.
I think we definitely should be able to come up with something.
But if you guys want to reach out to me, I'm on Facebook. You just look up Three River Patriot. I'm also on Instagram. I'm really active more on Instagram than on Facebook.
For sure. Shout out to Instagram.
So I haven't been posting too much content on YouTube. I have been keeping up with my Instagram. So if you guys want to check that out, you're more than welcome to. Just add Three River Patriot.
My man. That is solid. You heard it from him, folks. If you want to reach out, please do. He's a very knowledgeable man. If you guys have any questions or concerns, please feel free to hit the man up. Shout out to Three River Patriot. So we are going right into this. I know you know a lot about firearms, weapons, all the other stuff of war and all the cool stuff that we see in movies and cool. It's crazy. I think I heard it more when it came to the Vegas shooting, but we can get into that. Gat cranks and bump fire stocks. What can you tell me about those?
So, I don't know if you guys have been keeping up with it. If you guys are into the Second Amendment, I don't know how many of you guys follow Tim who are into guns and into the whole Second Amendment scene. Recently, President Trump actually filed an executive order banning all bump stocks. It's kind of in response to some liberal push and some left push, and because of the Las Vegas shooting, that human piece of garbage used one.
Yeah.
To
So I've heard.
massacre a lot of people. Now,
it's crazy.
Honestly, dude,
Yeah.
you can bump fire with your finger.
Absolutely. If you're trained or just whatever.
Yeah, it's actually not really that hard, especially if you have a lighter trigger.
Yeah.
Installed in your gun.
Yeah.
You can bump fire with your finger, man. It's not hard.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really agree with the banning of bump stocks. Now, granted, in my personal opinion, I think they're a gimmick. They're more of a fun toy to have, that attachment to put on your rifle to just make it fire faster. In my opinion, you're not really going to get any effective fire. I mean, you're in the Marines, man. I mean, obviously, handling a fully automatic chain gun or M249 saw is going to be more effective than trying to literally bounce a stock off your shoulder.
Absolutely.
I mean, that's so.
Like, unless you're physically fit to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In my opinion, I think it's a load of BS, dude. They shouldn't be banned. Even if some people don't think that they're worth it to have, it's still a part of the Second Amendment. It's still part of owning firearms. All accessories should be available to the public.
I agree with that.
Because the banning of bump stocks is just a slippery slope, because the way they define it in the ban is they define it as bump stocks and any other part that increases the rate of fire of a standard firearm or a manufacturer's firearm.
For sure.
I mean, that could easily mean semi-automatics. I mean, you could really slide into that argument that, hey, the Geisley super combat triggers, they're like a hairpin trigger. I don't know if you guys ever watched Lucas from T-Rex Arms. He's the CEO of T-Rex Arms.
Okay.
That guy can shoot really quick.
Yeah.
And obviously the legendary, what was his name? He's a 3-gun shooter. He's an older dude. That guy, I watched that guy shoot, the banning of the bump stocks? No, that was actually just recently. And by recently, I mean, I think it was beginning of this year. I think is when that went through. They were talking about it, a year or two ago, and it was a target that they were going after. A lot of the people in Congress and the Senate that wanted to get rid of them.
Okay. Man, that's crazy.
But as far as cranks though, inside the trigger guard, those are illegal, and they're defined. Because it's basically like turning your semi-automatic rifle into a Gatling gun. Because I don't know if you know anything about old Gatling guns from like the turn of the century.
But you had to spin.
Yeah,
you had a lever to spin
it was
that.
a big crank.
Yeah.
So it basically turns
crazy.
your AR-15 or any semi-automatic rifle really
so like an LMG, huh?
Into
something like that. Yeah.
So, and then another thing too, I don't know if you've ever heard of the Echo triggers.
I don't think I have.
So Fostech is a company. I think there's a couple other companies making it, but Fostech's more famous for it. They make what's called an Echo trigger. So normally, and they're all for AR-15s. I think they actually might be making them for AK-47s. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that. But inside the Fostech trigger, there's certain springs where a semi-automatic rifle, which is all available to all civilians.
Yeah.
And it's a semi-automatic rifle. It's not a fully automatic rifle. Just want to make that point.
Yeah.
One trigger pull, you get one bullet.
Okay.
Right? That's a standard semi-automatic rifle. Now, Fostech kind of bends the rules a little bit with it. So, pull the trigger, one round goes off. And you release the trigger, one round goes off. Technically, it's still one motion equals one bullet. So technically, it's still a semi-automatic. But now you can get essentially 2 rounds out of 2 small motions.
Yes.
Forward and back, forward and back, forward and back. And it's called an Echo trigger. And it actually makes your AR-15, I don't want to say a select fire because it's not actually really what it is. It's not a fully automatic gun. But it does give you an extra fire control that allows you to do that. It's called Echo.
Echo?
And they're not cheap either. They're like $450. And so, I mean, if you wanted to buy one, I mean, the average person could buy one, save up and buy one, but they're not like, you can't just go down to Walmart and go pick one up off the shelf. You know what I mean?
Which company makes this again?
The company's called Fostech.
Shout out to Fostech. Like making those super epic triggers. How much was that again?
Last time I looked into them, because I was actually thinking about getting one.
Yeah.
And they actually take a little bit of skill. I would say they do take a little bit of skill to learn how to use them, because it's
to kind of master that. Yeah.
Yeah, and a lot of times you get a lot of hammer follow too, so you actually have to re-rack it around to go in the battery again.
So that's working hard for your kills, man.
Yeah, but it ends up being, I think it's like $450, between $400 and $500 for it.
Really?
For the whole setup, because you actually have to take the whole firing mechanism out of your AR-15, so the trigger, the hammer, the sear, and I think the safety actually comes with another for safety, because the safeties on your standard AR-15s that are available in the civilian market only go 90 degrees. It only gives you one form of fire to push it all the way to give you the echo, and they actually have to give you the actual safety itself, the piece.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Now, do they have those for pistols too?
Or
is that specifically
not to my
just
knowledge.
made for?
I think it's just made for
the
AR
AR
15s,
systems,
as far as I know. Like I said, I
Okay.
think they were making them for AKs, but they're a little more finicky. I would imagine it's harder to do with pistols because of the different firing mechanisms within pistols nowadays.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've ever taken a pistol apart, modern
so
pistol
advanced.
apart.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
I mean, really taking it apart, not just field stripped it. I'm talking about like take the sear block and the trigger bar and like the trigger completely apart.
Now I have not done that, but I've done that like with a rifle plenty of times, like for sure.
Okay.
Now it's the same. I wouldn't say same system or same setup, but what you're talking about is just fully breaking it down, and you're getting all the inside, like cracks and pieces.
Yeah, I'm talking about like the little tiny springs and plungers and pieces. Yeah.
How many springs are in a normal one, like a normal pistol?
A pistol?
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
How do you put out sometimes?
So,
okay.
I only have experience with my my M&P because that's what I carry.
Yeah.
I have a full size Gen 1 M&P, and I put one of the new Apex triggers in it. So I only have experience with those. So I would say there's probably piece 5.1. I don't know. I'd have to look.
That is impressive.
Yeah, but like the little tiny springs too. Huh? Yeah. You want me to speak up a little bit? Okay, cool. That's fine. Cool. How's that? Is that cool? You hear me okay? Sorry. Just doing a sound check.
Yeah.
Just to make sure everybody hears me okay.
I have a MMP, like little 9mm.
Okay.
I think I showed you the picture of that, right?
Was it M&P Shield?
MMP Shield.
Single stack.
Yes.
Okay, it's an M&P Shield. Actually,
and then I have like a range kit and all that.
Yeah, my wife actually. That's what she carries. She carries an M&P Shield 9mm. Yeah.
Yo, $600. Smith & Wesson, man. Love it. I haven't fired it yet, but that's definitely like.
Dude, I was actually on the fence between Glock and Smith & Wesson, and I'm probably gonna get heat for this, but because my father-in-law's a Glock guy through and through.
Yeah.
But I won my M&P at a gun bash for a $3 raffle ticket, man. And I had it for a while. And I was actually running a Walther PPS for a good while before I switched over.
The Walther.
And it was a good gun, but it was a single stack, and I wanted more ammunition in my gun. It's just that's a personal choice. So I ended up, and what's funny is it's a full size M&P. It's a full size 17 round mag.
Wow.
You know, a lot of people call me crazy for trying to conceal carry a full size combat pistol, but it does work. It does work. I mean, I make it work. So.
Yeah. Hey, it's protecting you and yours, and that's all that matters.
Yep.
And it's the Second Amendment, right to the bare arm. So as long as you're happy, everyone else can just deal with it, man. So, real quick, man. When I was growing up, they were telling me about. Okay. They were telling me about Columbine, man. Columbine started like a lot of gun control or gun activists, I guess, to take heat, like the NRA and everything like that. Do you have any thoughts on that? Did that really start like a lot of this stuff that's going on now?
So I guess you could say it kind of kicked off some things. I'm pretty sure gun control was in the thoughts and minds of some of the politicians even before that. But let's lump all this together. You get the Newtown shooter, you got Las Vegas, you got Columbine, you get all these human pieces of waste, human pieces of garbage. Man.
Absolutely, terrible people.
I mean, the deranged and sick people to get access to firearms. And some of them actually aren't even, you know, some are allowed to have firearms legally, and other ones, you know, got access to them by
those dirty
illegal
guns.
means, right? So, I mean, for example, let's talk about what happened in our own city. The Tree of Life Synagogue.
Yeah.
You had that guy. His name.
Terrible.
I'm not going to say his name because I don't want to say that piece of trash's name. I don't want that name in my mouth.
He deserves no clout.
Nope.
For sure.
He got access. He bought all his firearms legally.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. That's
crazy.
And that just goes to show you that, like, the whole universal background check thing. I mean, I get it. I get where they're coming from, and I get why people want to do it. But at the same time, it hasn't shown to do anything. hasn't shown to do anything. Like,
Background checks are whack,
how is a background check going to keep people from shooting people? I mean, it hasn't. If you look back in the whole history of universal background checks, or even the paperwork you have to go through every single time you buy a firearm, when has it ever stopped somebody from committing a crime? Right? If they can't get access to firearms at a gun store or a gun shop, they're going to go get it on the black market. They're going to go get it on the street.
Shout out to the black market.
I mean, even with the dark web, the invention of the dark web and cryptocurrency, you'll never nobody ever find that stuff. You know what I mean? Like, it's untraceable stuff. So that's why it boggles my mind when people say, "Oh, universal background checks, and this and that." It's just like
it's just putting you in that system.
It's not all that's, and we can talk more about that later. I know that's a little later in the discussion, but history has shown that it doesn't prevent or stop crime from happening. It only creates a record of the people who have bought firearms. But to go on about, these massacres
smooth,
and these, like I said, these human pieces of trash and waste that commit these heinous crimes. Which, by the way, my thoughts and prayers to all the families, man.
For sure.
Seriously.
Shout out to them.
From Columbine till now. Yeah. It's always terrible. And when I woke up that morning and I heard that Tree of Life was getting shot up, man, I was so mad. I was in
Arizona. Seen it like on the news. It's crazy.
Yeah, I was actually listening to the police scanner on that.
No, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I bet that was some gruesome stuff, man.
Oh yeah, and it really saddens me. Some thoughts and prayers definitely to the families that have been affected by those heinous acts. But we don't have a gun problem or a firearms problem in this country.
Yes.
We don't.
My man.
We have a mental instability problem.
Okay.
In my opinion.
So the mental health awareness.
Think about this for a minute. Every person that has committed one of these massacres or one of these mass shootings
are not right in the head.
No, they're socially awkward. They have either a social disorder or mental disorder,
or
they have some kind of extremist way of thinking, which in and of itself could be. I mean, you could classify that, at least in my opinion, as a mental disorder. You don't have empathy towards another
human being or whatever
creed or whatever, you know what I mean? Like in the example of Tree of Life shooting, this guy was obviously a white supremacist who wanted to shoot Jews. It's terrible. So
shout out to the Jews for dealing with all this craziness.
Yeah,
it's wild, bro.
It is seriously, man. But I just
excuse me, like Jewish people. Shout out to Mac Miller, like R.I.P. Like the homie, like seriously. Go ahead.
No, you're good. You're good, man.
Dude, man, like, you're too smooth with this, man. I love this.
But these people have mental problems.
Yeah.
And, dude. That's what just gets me, man. It's not a gun problem. A gun is a tool. A firearm is a tool.
For sure.
It's just like a hammer or a drill. Okay.
Well, you just have to know how to use it.
Like a club or a hammer, for example. A hammer you can find in your toolbox. I can literally go on a hammer rampage and hit a bunch of people with a hammer and probably hurt, maim, and possibly even kill a bunch of people with a hammer. Right?
Yeah.
It's a tool. It's a tool.
And like you can utilize that like as a weapon. Like how you
here, prime example. London. Let's talk about London real quick as a little bit of a side tangent.
For sure.
They have surpassed New York and Chicago in crime.
Oh really?
Oh yeah.
So why is that?
And what's funny is they're not allowed to have access to firearms for self-defense at all.
To protect themselves.
It is so strict over there in England on having firearms and the way you have to own them and the way you have to keep them and yada yada yada. One of the biggest things is stabbings over there.
Oh yeah, because you can't get no guns. You're getting stabbed, bro. I'm getting you right in the gut.
So it's the tool.
And that's personal.
It's
too.
a tool. It's not it's not necessarily the tool itself. And what's funny is, I shouldn't say funny, but ironic, is now they're putting bins for people to put their knives in. Oh, turn your knives in. You shouldn't be carrying a knife for self-defense.
So you're just going up to people or going up to a place and telling everyone to turn in their turn in their knives or whatever.
Yeah, like, okay, you did it with firearms. Now you're doing it with knives. What's it going to be next? Clubs, baseball bats, kitchen knives? Like, come on. Saw blades, hammers.
How am I going to cook my food?
Right?
Yeah. Facts.
So it's just, they're going about it all wrong. And they're thinking about it from the wrong point of view.
Yeah.
And that's, I really hope that one day it does change, man, seriously, because it bothers me. It does definitely bother me. But anyway, back to these mass shooters, man.
For sure.
See, they don't think like us. They really want our attention. That's why they do these things. They want us to feel their pain. They want us to pour over their background and their rage and their insecurities.
This goes
and
super
their discontent. Yeah, and their discontent with the world. They want you to, oogle over that, and they want you to read about it in the news and just point fingers and
fight
really,
with others.
fight people over it. You know what I mean? They want that social discontent, and they want you to feel their pain, and they feel their uncomfortable, their uncomfortableness in society. They want you to do that, and they want to be ever enshrined against the innocent. Like, perfect example, or two perfect examples. When I say JFK and Abe Lincoln, who's the first two people to pop into your head?
The people that freaking
John,
ice them,
right? John Wilkes Booth and Oswald, right?
Lee Harvey.
Lee Harvey Oswald. So whenever, that's, and again with the Sandy Hook shooting, that guy's name,
that's crazy,
all these guys, they want to be forever enshrined. So whenever you talk about the victims,
then
their name gets brought up in it. So
have that little piece of history, huh?
Yeah.
Terrible, terrible history that I would not want to have any of my name or anything associated with that. That's crazy. That's crazy.
But, in my opinion, these active shooters deserve a swift, painful, and merciless death, man.
Facts.
Seriously. They are human pieces of waste and garbage.
People should get a trial,
they deserve no quarter.
Definitely.
Look, if you have the freaking gumption in the balls to shoot up a school, innocent children, and murder them in cold blood, just walk up to, I couldn't even imagine what the thought process would be for somebody to actually do that.
Just doing some of the normal day stuff, then you're like, yo, I'm gonna go and go do this, and
so that's what I mean by they're mentally disconnected from realities. You know what I mean? So that's why I always say they're not really human down under. They don't have that soul of human being, and they deserve a merciless death, a swift and merciless death, in my opinion.
Yo, these people, it just angers me, man, because then you see it on the news, bro, and I don't hype that, but I look into it, and you just see all the, I don't know if it's cover-ups, it's I don't want to be spitting any conspiracy stuff, but it's just crazy.
Oh yeah.
When you look into it,
because I honestly think the whole Vegas shooting thing.
with something else, yeah.
But that's a different discussion.
For sure, man, for sure, and we definitely gotta have that offline, for sure.
Oh yeah.
What was I gonna say? So, Second Amendment, man. Let's just get right to it, bro. There's a quote here that I'm gonna read here shortly, but I'll just get right into it. When you hear the quote from the Second Amendment, man, and you live your day-to-day life, man, and you do what you have to do to provide for your family, and to be a citizen of the United States. What does it mean when you see the Second Amendment being, or just before I get into that, what do you see for the Second Amendment? What is it that you feel when you read that and you realize what right that gives you? Does that make sense?
Okay, I think I know what you're asking. Is, what is my interpretation of the Second Amendment? Is that what you're asking?
What is your interpretation of the Second Amendment?
Okay, so look, the Second Amendment wasn't written about whether or not we should be allowed to own guns, firearms, or any gun. It's not even about what those guns look like, what they do, how they function. what tech is involved, because that argument's been made. Oh, when muskets were, or they wrote it when muskets were still being used. It's like, no, that has no. All that stuff is absolutely irrelevant.
Mm-hmm.
It's not about owning firearms. It's about restricting government.
Okay.
So you have to look back in history. Whenever the founding fathers wrote the Constitution, the first one was free speech, right?
Some real shit. Yeah.
So Great Britain didn't want people out speaking against the crown.
Mm-hmm.
And you can even go back to modern day right now. The whole meme thing, and meme police, and you gotta watch what you say when you're over in London and Scotland and everything like that.
Yeah.
They will literally come and arrest you and throw you in jail for saying the wrong thing.
Or they'll cut your head off, whatever they do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
savage.
When the founding fathers recognized that and made that number one, free speech.
Yes.
And again, I could go on a tangent on that, but free speech was number one. Number two was the ownership of firearms. Okay. It was restricting the government's ability to grant permission to its, to the people to own firearms.
Mm-hmm.
So there should be no interference at all from the government. It forbids the government from interfering with the ownership of firearms.
So hey, the government, like, I'm the government, you're a civilian. Hey, I don't want you to have this gun, but like you. The civilians, well, why not?
Exactly.
Me, because we're a government kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm. And it was to prevent a government from becoming.
So that's my dummy down like version of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, you're good. It was to prevent a government from becoming tyrannical. Okay.
That's crazy.
So if we allow the Second Amendment to be dissolved and to be taken out of our country's constitution, I have a very big fear that the rest of the amendments will just go away, man. It could literally become a tyrannical country.
Kansas.
I mean, we could turn into Europe.
Yeah.
And look at the condition of Europe right now.
Europe is wow. Yeah. If I was there right now, I would probably be enjoying the beaches, but then I'd be really scared on what's going to happen.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of people can't even, if you're foreign, you can't even walk in the alleyway at night by yourself because you might get stabbed, beheaded, like, I mean, all this crazy stuff. So
they're cutting people's heads off over there.
Yeah.
Seriously.
So, I mean, I honestly think that the Second Amendment is pretty clear, man. Mm-hmm. It says shall not be infringed. I don't understand what makes that so hard to understand. Shall not be infringed. That means you don't. Excuse me for saying this, but don't fuck with it.
Yeah.
That means don't fuck with it.
Yeah.
Don't mess with it.
Do not.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
Leave it alone.
Yeah.
And already you even have the National Firearms Act and Huseman restricted our ability to own fully automatic weapons and to own military grade weapons. Mm-hmm. Now, I do have my thoughts about people privately owning nuclear weapons. It's a little messed up.
Nuclear weapons?
Yeah. And that's in my opinion. It go that far. Mm-hmm. But when the Second Amendment was written, the people had access to the same weapons that the government did, and it kept the government in check. Okay, it kept the government in check. If a man had enough money to own a freaking cannon,
he got one.
By all means, dude, knock yourself out.
America.
Knock yourself out.
Yeah.
So that's why, like, even the National Firearms Act and the Hughes Amendment, like, I really think those are totally against our rights as Americans. We should be able to have the same stuff that the military has. Because even now, the argument is, from the other side of the fence is, if you had to fight the government, you would just lose. Well, yeah, we probably would. I mean, or that, or it would become an insurgency, and it would be the same kind of situation that we're running into in Afghanistan and Iraq. It would be like a never-ending war. I mean, we've been over, 16 years, 17 years now? That's, come on. Actually, longer than that. Yeah, it's 18. It has started 2001. Yeah, 18 years, man.
Yeah.
We're going up on 18 years over there. So, no doubt in my mind that America would become a battlefield, just like Afghanistan or Iraq.
Yeah, I can definitely.
And a lot of people would die. You know, so
Just sad.
why, you know, the drone strikes and everything. Why am I not allowed to own a tank? Why am I not allowed to own a Predator drone? No, seriously. Like, if I have the money to buy a multi-million-dollar Predator drone,
yeah, damn right that you would get one.
I'd do it. I'd do it.
Yeah.
No, I wouldn't use it, but I would have it as basically, you know, a big wiener in my hand. You know, my big beating stick.
Yeah.
Tell the government, you know,
Come mess with me and
come mess with me, and it's your something's
because you gotta watch how you say this. Yeah.
Something's getting blown up. So,
Dude, like
I mean,
people's
that's
hearts and minds are gonna get blown up.
So, I mean, that's my opinion on the Second Amendment, dude. It's
People's like imagination, like excitement, like gonna get blown up. Go ahead, sorry.
Oh, you're good. You're fine. So, you know, let's talk about the actual wording of the Second Amendment.
Okay.
A well-regulated militia
Thank you.
being necessary to the security of a free state.
Facts.
The right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed.
Facts.
So, you know, a lot of the argument with, you know, the other side of the fence is, well, they say well-regulated militia.
Mm-hmm.
What is that? What is defined as a well-regulated militia? So we have to look at it from the perspective. We have to look at it from the perspective of, you know, colonial America.
Okay.
So militiamen in that time period were the average American Joe.
Mm-hmm.
You and me, like farmers. They were, you know, bartenders. They were, you know, hotel keepers, or you know what I mean. So they all had rifles. They all had access to rifles. They all had some kind of combat. They all had some kind of combat training, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, I'm sorry, I just heard up. Can you hear me now? Hear me now?
Hold on. It's gonna catch up.
Oh, it's a delay. Sorry. Cool. Alright, good.
Bet.
We're good.
Yeah.
Thank you to our sound lady. My beautiful wife.
I'm getting the notifications late, so I'm getting some hate in the comment section.
It's all
like,
good.
dude, I can't control this.
Yeah, it's all good. Well, anyway, so let's back up here a little bit, obviously, because I was cutting out a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
So a well-regulated militia.
Yes.
You know, you have to look at it from the perspective of colonial America,
Mm-hmm.
and who was the militia, and the militia was the average person, the Minutemen.
Absolutely.
You know, the person that was
Don't fall out.
the person that was conscripted into the army, and that's us. We are those modern Minutemen. We are those modern militiamen. A well-regulated militia. That's us. You and me and you know, our group of friends or however we want to do it,
Mm-hmm.
to train and be trained and be ready at a moment's notice for combat.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and you as a you know, being somebody in the military,
Mm-hmm.
you know, if I know I didn't go, I almost did, but you know, I would be inclined to share my experiences and share my training and share my you know,
Like knowledge.
yeah, my knowledge with people, so that my community was ready at a moment's notice if stuff went south, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's the way it has to be looked at. You have to look at it that way. You know, the militia is us. We are the militia.
Mm-hmm.
We are. I don't want
Metal
people taking.
militia.
I don't want people taking that out of context.
Metal militia.
Because there's a bunch of other, we'll call them militia groups that lark around and act like rebels. You know.
Yeah.
So.
But you're talking about the.
Huh? You can't hear me at all.
Try it again.
Let's try. Can you hear me now?
It's probably gonna keep cutting out like that.
I hope not.
How much time are we at? We're at 40 minutes. Can you hear him now? Can you hear me now?
Are people yelling and screaming about how they can't hear us? Yeah, okay. We're really sorry, guys. We're noobs at this. Please be kind.
Can you
We're good.
can you hear now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
Cool.
my coin can hear you now.
No, it's actually just just probably listen, please know. Militiamen, Minutemen.
Yeah.
You guys ever played Fallout? Was that Fallout 4?
I don't know. I actually never played the Fallout series. Believe it or not.
I should know this. Shame on me. Fallout 4. Play it. The Minutemen. Real shit. America. Yes, I definitely do feel like we are the ground level of what it means to be a militia when it comes to bearing arms and not being a part of like the government like establishment.
Yeah.
But for real, Metal Militia is sick. You need to check them out. Shout out to Bam Margera. Yo. So it is definitely true that these laws. So the Second Amendment is definitely being infringed by like outside.
Oh yeah, certainly, 100%.
What do you think of the NRA, man?
Okay, so my position.
Like, we're gonna talk about some other stuff, but like I just want to hear your quick.
So my position on the NRA. I honestly think that Wayne LaPierre and all the executives in the NRA are a bunch of snakes.
Okay.
I really do. I believe that they are embedded to the enemy.
Yeah, to make some money.
Yep.
Make that
it's
green.
All about money.
Those greenbacks,
and
folks.
All they're doing is exploiting. They're exploiting their members and not using that money to actively fight against the infringements of the Second Amendment. Now, I mean, obviously, you see people, or you see it in the news. The NRA is actually doing some stuff, but most of that money goes to the executives. Most of that money goes to pampering their ass on a yacht somewhere and giving them money and making their millions, right? So
people just shoveling money in it.
Yeah, exactly. So it's bullshit. It's bullshit. And in fact, I don't know if you've been keeping up with it recently, but I think actually some of the board members, there was almost a mutiny. They were trying to take down Wayne LaPierre and some of the higher up executive board members.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah.
For real?
They're trying to dethrone them, yeah.
Google that, folks, and let me know, because I'm definitely going to look into that. For real?
If you want to look into that, I definitely highly suggest you go to Military Arms Channel.
Okay.
Mac over there, Tim, and Iraq Veteran 8888. They have a lot of videos on it.
I'm going to check
Especially if you do Iraq Veteran 8888, he does his gun fight videos. They actually do a really good job keeping up with the current events in the Second Amendment community and what's going on with the infringements on the Second Amendment.
Yeah, you guys can't be heard at all right now.
Really? What is going on, man?
I don't know, but it's not my fault.
Just so you guys know.
So is that Mike screaming at you?
It's not
Yes.
It's not my wife's fault.
He's like, she broke it again. Damn it, Hillary.
She's just kind of lean. She's listening to this podcast through her phone to make sure.
She's our sound peeps. Yo, Mike Coney, chill out with all that, bro. Anybody got time for all that?
But yeah, I honestly think that the NRA is becoming a joke, and they're for red flag laws. They're and executive protection orders. They're for the bump stock ban. They're for a lot of different things. And look, when it comes to the Second Amendment, you can't budge. It's really black and white. It's either you're for it or you're against it. Okay, at least in my opinion.
Yeah.
There's no bartering and bargaining and I'll give you this if you give me this, or blah 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 blah. No.
It's one way or the other.
One way or the other. It's the same thing. And it's almost it's the same way with free speech. It's one way or the other. You either get all the free speech, all the hate speech, and all the other stuff that you don't really want to hear, along with everything else. Okay, it is what it is. It's very black and white, very cut and dry. Either it's all or nothing. Because if you start doing some, then it slowly erodes away over time.
Okay.
It's just the way it happens. So, honestly, if any of Timmy's followers are going to talk about, joining the NRA or supporting the NRA, I suggest you don't. In my opinion, if you want to, that's cool. If you believe in their mission statement, that's fine. I support GOA. Gun Owners of America. They are seriously acting against the politicians who are infringing on our rights. There's a lot of high caliber fights going on right now.
They're fighting them right now. Yeah. I see that.
And honestly, to become a member, it's $20.
Really?
Base membership is $20 a year.
And how does that whole thing work? Like, I sign up for this, and what am I exclusive to?
Well, I think the base membership just gets you like letters in the mail, notifications, because their monthly newsletter or whatever.
Yeah.
And access to some of the training materials and some other like information on the website. They have different levels of membership. In each game, it gives you like different access and stuff. But like with the NRA, it's real gimmicky. You get like a free NRA bag and a T-shirt and blah 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 blah.
They try to suck you in with the free
they
stuff.
try to suck you in with a bunch of merch and bullshit, and that's not what the Second Amendment's about. And GOA doesn't do that. I mean, they give away T-shirts and some other little merch, but not like the NRA does. They don't try to reel you in.
So it's the quality. It's really about the quality.
Yeah.
Of like what you're paying for.
Exactly. And those guys are really putting the money to good use.
I like that. Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah, they're really putting the money to good use.
Yo, you said GOA?
Yeah.
Gun
Owners of America.
Yo, shout out to them.
And then if you guys are in Pennsylvania, I highly suggest you support Open Carry Pennsylvania and Firearms Owners Against Crime. Those two groups right now are leading the fight in Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
For gun control in Pennsylvania.
Bro, you are killing the game right now. I love this. Hey, check them out. What do you? It's crazy, man. Me and you, or you and I, used to be into airsoft, man. Growing up, are you still into that, bro?
Not really. Not as much as
it's all about the real stuff now.
Yeah.
Bro.
Now my little brother I gave him like a bunch of my own guns and stuff too, so he's kind of getting into it. But I did shoot him in the butt before he left for Key West this summer. And he was like, I was like, hey, you want to play airsoft? This is what it feels like. And Pink. He's like, ah. Yeah, it was pretty funny. I was like, yeah, get a little older first. Then we'll open up on you. We'll actually play some tactics. We'll show you some stuff.
That's legit, bro.
But I'll tell you what, though, I mean, my little brother's actually a pretty damn good shot. Even with surviving brain cancer and having to learn how to use his whole right side of his body again. I mean, he can seriously shoot at 22.
How old is he again?
He's going to be turning 14 in December.
That's pretty cool. So like you're teaching him like the ropes.
Oh yeah. He can. We actually have him on semi-automatic pistols now. He can shoot an AR. He loves shooting my friend Blackout.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. He loves that.
I think I seen like one of your pictures. Did you ever post something like of him?
Yeah, it's on my actual personal Instagram.
Bet. I've definitely seen that. So he's actually learned pretty quick.
Glitching out?
Yeah. It's probably. How's it doing now? No?
Also, my phone's dying.
Your phone's dying.
What kind of phone do you have?
Android.
There's a charger right over here. Yeah, if you need to charge your phone. Hopefully it comes back. I'm telling you now, bro, like we're just gonna kick this. Like we're just gonna keep rolling.
Yeah.
It'll definitely come back. Let me think. Ryan, my man. Your life here in Pittsburgh, bro. Where do you see your path going?
Well, me and my wife, we actually decided to, kind of put it in our top goal to move to either Utah or Arizona. We're leaning more towards northern Utah because it's cooler weather.
Yeah.
I grew up in Pittsburgh all my life, man. I love it here. It's a good city, but some of the politics are coming through here. Some of the people, and influx
that
of
West Coast line is coming in.
Yeah. The influx of people coming into the city too. Look, Pittsburgh
There's a lot more people.
Oh my God.
It's crazy.
Look, Pittsburgh is not designed
for all these people.
no, I'm being dead serious. You have to think about all the choke points we have with all the bridges and the rivers and the roads and stuff like that. like getting anywhere in the city, and they have to constantly do construction to expand the roads and move them or repave them.
But they can never do it for too long because it holds back traffic.
That's the problem. They end up doing it for a year or 2 years, and then everything's freaking jacked. And by the time they get done expanding the streets or redoing traffic, it's already too late, and they have to redo it again. You know, it's just mindless spending. And
the taxpayer.
yeah, and
Shout out to us.
As much as seriously, man, seriously, taxation and stuff.
Yeah.
But you know, that's as lovely as the city is, and as much opportunity as we have here. I think that me personally, it's run its course for me, and I'm gonna probably pick up and move here soon.
Sounds like a plan, bro. I wish you all the best, seriously, and definitely let me know where you go because trying to chill, bro. Trying to go out there like in those mountains, especially if you're going to Utah, where you can do some hunting, bro.
Elk hunting. That's on my bucket list.
Yeah.
On my bucket list.
Shout out to the homie Spawn back. So you can't hear us? Okay.
The comments section. The comments section is probably gained a life of its own.
She is. JD is also the comment moderator. Shout out to her. Dude, Utah. Dude, that's crazy. Shout out to the homie Spawn back, man. SpongeBob. Shout out to him. Name me up. Utah. Cool place. Never been there. Flew over it. Want to go. If you move out there, hit me up.
Oh, yeah.
Straight facts. Have you been to the Grand Canyon before?
No, I have not.
Should
I've flown
come out.
over it. Flown over.
Should bring the wife. Should come out.
Because that's on my bucket list, Grand Canyon for sure, man. I definitely want to go check it out. You know, I'm a big outdoorsman, and you know, people who follow my channel too. You know, I posted some more outdoor videos, but I'm getting there.
Oh yeah.
You know, this hunting season, I'm gonna get some fishing videos on there too. You know, I want to bring everybody with me.
Shout out to Colin Martin, man. He's all about that fish life. Okay. So your life here in Pittsburgh is definitely coming close to an end, and you're gonna move on to better pastures.
Oh yeah.
Greener pastures. Okay. So there was another question that I didn't even write down. What?
Oh no, I'm making sure she can hear us.
What are your plans, man, for like a vacation? You have anything going on like that?
Actually, so every year, this will be the 4th year in a row. I think 4th year? 3rd or 4th year. A big group of friends and everybody, we got to do a camping trip.
Okay. Nice.
It's been a lot of fun in past years. We actually found the perfect camping site in the campground building because we like to get a little rowdy. But, oh wait, can you hear us again?
Yeah.
The ones that are dying now.
Okay.
That charger ain't good.
Oh yeah. Oh, maybe we just lost our sound for the phone died.
Not that I was useful anyway. I wouldn't pay.
There's a charger right there.
No, don't.
That one. There you go. Yeah.
Oh wait, there we go.
Okay. Yeah. Because I was gonna say, I have the one for my phone, and then I have the normal USB one. Shout out to USB. Shout out to those amazing people making all this crazy technology that we're using today. For real. Yo, man, going back to Arizona. About like a month and a half. If you want to come out to the Grand Canyon, definitely down the road or whatever. If I'm still there, please let me know.
Oh yeah, man.
But you guys will have fun.
Arizona's. Oh, I'd love to see some of the country out there, man. I know some of the pictures you post, the sunsets and things like that, man. It's beautiful. It's something I definitely want to see.
Absolutely. Going back to this, I'm just looking at all this stuff, man. To be honest, like we're just trying to bang them out here. How many guns do you think that are in the United States right now?
I think there was a study that was done back in 2013, if I'm not mistaken. It's right around that time. There's basically 89 to 100 guns for every 100,000 people. Where's that at? Hold on. I think I wrote that down somewhere.
Because I had something.
'Cause I actually
I don't know
wondered-
if it was right, and I'm sure that you would probably have the better facts than I would.
Let me see. Can you bear with me for just 1 second here?
Yeah.
'Cause
I hope everyone's
I-
having a good night.
I did write this down.
It's Tuesday. We're turning up on a Tuesday with the Kicking It with Timmy B podcast. Shout out to the homie VT, the homie TD. I'm gonna just say everyone's name in super secret, like acronym, code words. Did you guys eat before coming here?
Oh yeah.
Nice.
I've been on a big health kick. I actually lost 30 pounds.
Congratulations, man. You look good, bro.
Yeah. It's been a little long road, but you know, I've been meal prepping, and during the week I usually eat. You know, I usually have all my meals prepped and ready for when I get home from work and whatnot.
Yeah, I gotta start doing that.
But yeah, put it this way. I think God, I can't really remember.
Take
where
your time, bro.
I put this
Like,
at.
I'm chilling. Everyone's chilling. If you're not chilling, get off here because all we do is big show. Because you're kicking it with Timmy B.
I think it was somewhere of like. I don't want to give you guys a wrong statistic.
They can fact check it, bro. Do your best, man. I'm not judging.
Because I did look this up. I think it was close to like 1 gun for every 100 people.
Facts.
Yeah, I mean it was almost close to even.
Well, I'm saying facts because I just say whatever I want. But please, like,
yeah,
that's
please,
not facts.
I advise everybody to look that up. But, I
Please,
mean, it is actually really close. I mean,
please
there's
check
almost 1 gun for almost every human being in America.
Long, short story, sir. That's a lot of people. And how do you feel about all these people, these amazing people who have these guns, man? You feel like that is a God-given right?
Oh yeah, certainly. I mean,
Since day one,
oh yeah.
coming out the womb, bro.
Mm-hmm.
2019,
Mm-hmm.
1775, right?
Oh yeah. Even before
Sick.
that.
He said even before that,
The dawn
son.
of time. Well, I mean, it says. I mean, if you want to go back to the Bible, it says.
Let's do it, bro.
Jesus said,
Shout out to Jesus, bro.
if the man doesn't have a sword, let him sell his cloak and buy one.
One of the coolest things that I've ever heard you say that came from the Bible. Bro, that is legendary, man. Everyone has the right to be able to defend themselves. If someone's telling you otherwise, man, you're either hanging out with the wrong people, living in the wrong place or country. You're just doing all the wrong things, but it is your right to protect yourself, no matter who you are.
Oh yeah. Sounds like there's some pretty juicy comments. Some pretty juicy comments in the comment
yes.
section. Oh yeah, I can't wait.
I'm running for president. And he made a religion.
So there's 2 people watching this, but there's no audio though.
I mean, now
Yeah.
we can hear you, but you like glitched out for like 10 full seconds.
Oh
Both
shit.
of you.
That sucks. It has to be the internet connection, man.
Really?
I think it's probably the internet connection.
I wanted to direct connect this. I have like a super long Ethernet cord, and this doesn't have an Ethernet port, so it has to go into the USB connect.
Because I actually had a similar problem.
It's a setup.
Trying to stream some Xbox play.
Okay.
When I always had my Xbox on just wireless.
And we're on.
See?
Okay, we're back.
Okay.
It would cut out on me. As soon as I hardwired my stuff,
Yeah.
right on target.
For real?
Oh yeah. In fact, if you go to my YouTube, there's a 45-minute video I think that's just straight through of me playing Titanfall.
I did see that. That was like one of the second to last videos that you have on there, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. So you are advising direct connect.
Oh yeah.
Man, let me just like be honest with you, everyone here. This has been a crazy setup. Like it's been a crazy time trying to get this all.
You know what, man?
all
You
together.
gotta piece together what you have. You know, and that's what it comes down to. I mean, I didn't have a really good setup for a while, and
Yeah.
you know, I was actually blessed. My sister-in-law, her boyfriend, who's a computer whiz,
Yeah.
God bless him, gave me.
Dude, you told me about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, gave me a brand new custom-built computer for my birthday.
Custom built.
Oh yeah, custom built, man. And actually, if you go to my my Instagram page, my 3 River Patriot Instagram page, you'll see it. It's a tiny little box, man, and it has the power. It has the power. Let's just say that, man.
Yeah.
Because I do drafting work and 3D design work, architecturally, on the side, and that computer eats that stuff alive.
I bet it does. That has to be a hefty program or programs to run.
Like, I got some pretty serious hardware, and what's funny is I don't even actually really know everything that's in it because he built it. He won't tell me what he put in it because he doesn't want me looking up the prices.
Because it's probably some like insane, like high tech.
Oh yeah,
like,
and it's way. And what makes it bad is like I kind of feel bad. I'm not putting him down.
Or software.
It's way out of his pay grade. He shouldn't spend that kind of money on me, man. I hate when people do that kind of thing.
For sure.
Like,
for sure, because you want to like repay that back, and it's like, damn, dude.
Yeah. I kind of feel bad. He's like, built, because I knew that computer probably cost him over $1,000. Had to have.
And these are like, I've even seen your setup. So you're talking about the one that you have right now.
Yeah.
I did see that. That was pretty impressive. So was Jackie's too.
Oh yeah. He actually ended up building her computer too.
And it's just a little box.
Yeah.
Like, folks, it's like a box. I'll do it right here.
It's 9 by 9 by 12. Is the
that box is crazy.
9 by 9 by 12.
I'm so used to a huge tower. You know what I mean?
Oh,
tower
yeah,
is like freaking
big gaming boxes. Yeah, man.
Yeah, but that was just like a little subwoofer, like this little thing right here.
You should see his. He actually just revamped his whole computer. He used to have a big tower. He shoved it all in this little tiny box. It's even smaller than mine.
Really?
Yeah.
Does it?
Because he doesn't run a regular hard drive. He runs, because I run a solid state hard drive, and then I have a regular 1 terabyte hard drive for storage for like, all my business, my YouTube, and whatnot. Then I have like several externals as well.
Yeah.
But he just has a straight, solid state drive, so he doesn't have that bulky extra hard drive in it. So he can actually compress his down even further. He did. It's
runs smoother, huh?
Oh my god, yeah, it's insane. The only thing you gotta watch out whenever you do that kind of thing is what he was telling me was temperature.
That's what I was gonna say.
You gotta make sure you're cooling.
Does this thing like overheat, bro?
Mine hasn't. I've pushed mine pretty hard too. And the thing is, you can't liquid cool something that's small. It's not enough room.
For real?
So it's all air cooled. Yeah.
No, for real though.
It's all air cooled.
Well, because now I just kind of piece it together.
And I had to buy a special cooler that's small enough to fit in there.
I'm sure that was a hefty price, right?
He did it. He fit it in there.
I'm still considering definitely getting you guys to set me up with something. Like, we'll talk about that for sure, but I want a little smaller, just like you got, bro.
Because it's easier to transport. He actually had his in console sized and an Xbox sized box case.
Really?
Yeah. It's a.
He could just make his own systems or something.
Well, it was a company that makes the case for the computers.
Custom made, yeah.
Yeah, but it's literally the size of like a PlayStation.
Really?
Or an Xbox.
Like, I was gonna say, if he's doing all of the outside crafting work for that, he should. Excuse me. He should be making his own like console or something.
Yeah,
but,
I keep telling the guy, like, dude, man, you gotta get on the game and start building computers, start doing something.
Yeah.
Because he just has an average Joe job. He could be doing so much more. So much more potential than that guy, and I really wish he would push himself. But, shout out to my boy Alfred. That's his name.
Shout out to Alfred.
Dude, Alfred's the man.
Yeah.
Any kind of computer stuff. You guys need a custom built computer? Contact me, message me, man. I'll get you anything you want. He's a badass.
Say that one more time.
So yeah, shout out to Alfred. He's a computer whiz, man. You guys want a specially built computer? You don't know anything about computers. You want a good setup?
Check him out.
Dude, just message me. I'll get you hooked up with him.
I completely recommend this.
He is the man.
Make that move.
He will not disappoint you. Trust me.
I'm actually pretty impressed, like with the specs. I'm sorry that you sent me, or I think I sent you some specs.
Well, you sent me parameters. So like how we did it with Tim's computer, because he asked me to spec on the computer. What we did was he gave me parameters of what he needed. What are you gonna do with the computer? What's your purpose?
Yes.
And then you purpose build it.
I need to hop on that, and I'm definitely going to, because I totally agree. This would run a lot more smoother, like for me.
Hey Tim,
Yeah.
speaking of popping on, your friend Mike wants you to twerk those sweet buns for him.
Shout out to Mike. Shout out to twerking those sweet buns. Mike Cognac. Shout out to him and his Mazda 3. Shout out to Game of Thrones. Yo. I want to keep talking about more. Yo, tell me about what you know about Game of Thrones, man. Tell me some shit.
Some Game of Thrones stuff.
So, like, did you watch
Dude,
all of it, bro?
I know. I skipped a bunch of seasons, and I skipped like the last season too.
Okay.
I mean, it was really cool in the beginning. I really enjoyed the show.
Yeah.
But for the most part, I kind of fell out of it. I don't know. It kind of lost its allure. You
Mhm.
know, it's still a good show, but the whole season was just the whole last season.
Oh,
Was just
I've so much.
absolute trash. I'm sure my wife can really comment on how much she fucking hated that stuff.
Yeah.
So, but it's, you know what I mean. It is. I don't know. I actually started. See, another good show I started watching too in place of Game of Thrones was
What's
Vikings.
That show's been on for a minute now.
Yeah, and I started watching from the beginning. That was a really good show. And
Yeah.
then after they killed off Ragnar, it just got
That was the main dude, right?
it just kind of got crappy.
They're all about killing off the main dudes and then putting somebody new in there because of new generation or whatever.
Yeah, they just try to force the
Force fed.
Yeah, it just
Don't
ended up
force
sucking. Like,
nobody, bro.
They had a good thing going, and they just had to ruin it.
Yeah. I'm gonna watch it because I need some more stuff. Because now,
You know, no. You know what show you need to watch?
what's that?
Peaky Blinders
On what platform?
on Netflix. That show is about an old European gang called the Peaky Blinders.
Mm-hmm. How do you spell it?
P-E... Is it about P-E-E-K-Y? Yeah, Blinders.
Okay. Continue.
You know the guy who played Scarecrow in
The old school ass like movie.
Batman Begins?
Yes. The dude that offed himself? No.
Remember Scarecrow? He was the
Oh.
psychotic
Yeah. Yes.
psychologist
Yes.
with the mask.
At Arkham Asylum.
Yeah.
Yes.
He's the main character in Peaky Blinders.
Oh, okay. He's got a good acting personality or whatever.
Dude, he does an amazing job
For
on
real?
that show. That show, me and my wife have been watching that show for a while now, making it through some seasons, and I would say it is by far one of the better shows that I've watched in a while.
Yeah.
And I'm
Peaky
actually,
Blinders?
yep.
On Netflix.
Yep.
I'm definitely gonna check this out. What are you watching right now? Besides that,
So I don't really watch all that much TV. We actually don't have cable in our house.
I feel that. I'm surprised that
um,
it's even here right now because I barely.
Seriously, I
use
mean,
it.
I don't actually watch all that much TV. I don't have time to watch all that much TV. Typically, when I watch TV or movies, it's usually on a lazy Sunday afternoon or something. If I'm not
Lazy
cooking or
Sundays.
working out or doing something else with the family, you know, if
Shout
I'm not
out
at the
to the fam.
range shooting or having a good time out in the woods or something like that. You know,
Some
I don't know.
outdoors.
No, I do waste away my life in front of video games, which is fun. I think we all do that.
Shout out to video games. Shout out to wasting life just staring at a screen. I love it.
Long hours screaming at the TV with Call of Duty and Titanfall.
No! This guy shot me in the back.
Dude,
yeah.
I saw this sign in Hobby Lobby. I almost bought it. A little metal sign.
Mhm.
It's like a caution sign. It says caution or warning may scream at video games.
Yeah.
I almost bought
yeah.
it. I almost
Yeah.
bought it, man. It was,
Yeah, I think I seen that.
You know, and then my wife was just constantly yelling. She's like, "What are you doing? Shut it off! It's making you angry."
Dude, see,
Don't call
like
me
that's
out
why
like
it's no
that.
fun.
Hey, no, she's true. Should just shut the shit off.
Shout out to the wives out there, like holding it down.
Oh yeah,
Yo,
I love you, babe.
facts. You're kicking it with Timmy B. I hope you guys know that, and I hope you guys can hear me and hear the magnificent, the great, and powerful Ryan D. Shout out to Three Rivers Patriot. Yo, for real, man. I think we got a good connection going, bro. Like we're killing this.
Oh yeah.
We could talk about this Finland, Honduras stuff. Really, I'm gonna skip all that, and I'm gonna just get to the bare nitty gritty facts.
Sure.
Or questions. Is having a firearm for Americans lowering or raising the crime rate? If you take away firearms, which is my second question.
Okay, so let's unpack that a little bit.
Okay.
So does having firearms create violence? I mean, at the very base of that argument, one could argue yes, having access to weapons. I mean, humans are inherently warlike, and they have a tendency to want to destroy each other. Yes, you're always going to have war. You're always going to have some type of combat and killing, and you know, just that kind of type of thing going on. We've been killing each other for literally thousands of years.
That's so crazy.
Even before recorded history. Okay, it's going to happen.
Yeah.
So whether we do it with sticks and stones or we do it with nuclear missiles, it's going to happen. So yes, having firearms, yes, people are going to shoot each other. Okay, it's just a fact of life. But let me back that by saying that 67% of the gun violence in this country is actually suicide.
That's crazy.
See, whenever they do those studies, and this they like to, I mean the left side of the argument, they like to inflate those numbers to fit their narrative. So they include suicides. Because it's technically, somebody getting shot, somebody getting killed, right? So they include it with their gun violence, okay? So 67% of all gun violence in this country is actually suicide, okay? Less than 30% of that is actual homicide. And 80% of that 30% is from gang violence in major cities.
Really?
Yeah. Shout out to my man calling on the war for that.
Shout out to him. For real. What
And again, I go back to my argument about it's not about firearms. It's about a mental health problem. I mean, honestly, depression is rampant in this country. Social media has caused that. That's, like I said, I can go into a whole other conversation.
Absolutely.
But depression, suicide rates in this. Can you hear me now?
JD, just let me know when you can completely hear us, and then we can continue. Just hold that thought for me.
Yeah.
I can hear you now. So.
Cool. All right, good. So, again, my argument about mental health. We have a mental health crisis in this country.
Absolutely.
Depression is at the highest rate we've ever had. But if you look at inversely, you look at crime rate since the beginning of the United States, it's actually down.
That's so wild, man.
Okay, so, and then let's jump into the absence of firearms and what happens to crime in the absence of firearms. Okay, an example is 3 cities in this world, 2 of them in our own country, New York and Chicago.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Heavy.
Shout out to New York and Chicago.
Heavy gun control. Okay, they have the 2 highest homicide rates in the entire country. In fact, most of the gun violence numbers that are in these polls are actually stemming from those cities, those major cities. LA, New York, Chicago. There's a couple others too. They all are Philadelphia actually too.
Philly,
in one state.
Philly.
A lot of those cities, they have some of the strictest gun laws. To get a pistol in New York, to be able to carry a pistol in New York,
it's like an arm and a leg, huh?
Oh yeah, and you have to basically have to know somebody, a politician, to even get one.
Really?
I'm dead serious. There was a reporter, pretty well-known reporter. I can't remember the dude's name though. It shows you how much I watch the news.
I feel that.
Anyway.
Shout out to fake news.
You're
No?
really cutting out, man.
Okay, you're back on now.
Yeah.
Alright, cool. Anyway, that's those cities are what actually are inflating the numbers, and those cities actually have the strictest gun laws in the country. That's what's messed up.
Say that one more time. They have the most stricter gun laws?
Strictest gun laws.
Yeah.
And yet they have the highest rates of crime.
That's so crazy.
Another prime example, let's go back to London. Let's talk about London.
Okay.
Highest homicide rates and shooting rates and stabbing rates. Come on.
And their citizens are not allowed to have guns?
So then on the inverse side of that is there's a town, I believe, down in Georgia. Now, granted, it's a small town. It's not a very big pool of people to go up against, New York or any of these other larger cities. But in that town, if you live in that town, it's the law of the town that you have to have a firearm in your residence.
It's a law to have one?
Yes, you must have a firearm. If you can legally own firearms, you must have one.
Where's this at again?
I can't remember the city, but I know it's in Georgia.
That's lit. Continue.
So they have some of the lowest gun violence in the city or in the country.
Because everyone there is like demanded to have one. That's in Georgia. Somebody like look that up because like that actually sounds.
I'm serious.
Wow.
There's actually a town in Georgia that mandates the ownership of firearms if you are legally allowed to have them.
And they have less crime there.
Yep.
What do you think the population's like?
A couple thousand. I mean, it's not a very big city. That's what I mean. It's kind of hard to compare. But if you break it down, the ratio of gun violence to per capita of people, it's almost nothing. And
sounds like that's the place that you want to raise your kids now.
It's a little bit too far south, a little too humid for me, for my liking.
Shout out to Georgia. Yeah.
But Robert Heinlein said, an armed society is a polite society. And there's some validity to that, at least in my opinion. And look, not everybody's cut off for gun ownership. Not everybody has the stomach or the will to end another's life. It really does take a certain caliber of person.
Absolutely.
Talk about the sheepdog mentality. They're sheep. They're sheepdogs. There's predators and wolves.
Absolutely. Shout out to the sheep. Shout out to the wolves.
So, people like me, I might get skewered on the pyre for this, but I consider myself a sheepdog.
Yeah.
So, or at least at some level. I'm not some hot shot shooter. I'm not as good as some other people, but I know how to defend myself. And given the chance, or given the situation, I'm going to try to save other people's lives.
And that's all that matters.
I can say, people can talk smack all day. If I would have been living next door to the synagogue. Every 5 seconds you push out. It's bad.
How about we do this?
Dude, hey. Shut your PlayStation off. It's sucking up bandwidth.
Good thought. So you cool like with just listening? Cool. Like I just wanted to give. Yeah. JD something.
I'm trying to fix this, trying to make it better for you guys.
That's actually like a great idea. I should have actually just left that, or I'll turn it back on before we end this. How we doing now?
Oh, well, it's going to see bandwidth. I'm telling you, man.
That is crazy. Thank you for that. That's a hot fix, like a half, bro. It's a hot fix and a half.
Wait. What was I? Shit. Oh yeah, talking about ownership. And not it's not for everybody. And I.
Yeah, I agree with that for sure. The ownership of having a firearm is what you're saying. Okay.
And because whenever you own a firearm and you want to conceal carry and you want to be that person, that's there for other people to step in at a moment's notice.
Facts.
You have to be a certain caliber of person.
You have to be.
You have to be dedicated to training, dedicated to, making sure that your firearms are at the ready and clean and properly maintained. You have to make sure your training is on God forbid, you go to end an active shooter's life, you miss him and you shoot somebody behind him.
Oh my God, you're gonna be all over the news, bro.
Not
God.
only would you go down as some of the dumbest person, you go to freaking prison.
I don't even want to laugh about that, but that's so funny. It's gone.
It's gone again.
Completely. Completely.
Yeah, you're back.
Okay.
All right. As soon as we do this, like we can, like actually, like get to the end of this, man. If you want, like we can do this again.
Yeah. I'd like to revisit some of this stuff too, man. Maybe a little bit more in depth, but.
How about we do? Hold up. How about we do this at your crib? I'm gonna try to download this program through your.
I actually have a streaming program. I can show you that we might be able to rig this up and do this with.
Cause then you can like, oh man, like I got some ideas. Like we'll talk about it like after the show.
Okay.
All
Yeah,
right.
man.
Can you still hear us?
Okay.
Continue.
Well, so I'll make it short then. You know, if you're gonna own firearms, you know what your purpose is. What's your purpose for those firearms? If you want to be a hunter, dude, rock out, bro. Have a good time, hunt. You know, do it well, right? Practice those shots. Make sure you're dropping those animals humanely, for real. If you want to do sport shooting, you want to be an Olympic shooter, dude, rock out. That's cool. You know, but if you want to own firearms to be that Minuteman, to be that militia, to be that saving grace maybe in a mall when, you know, some mass shooter, some deranged piece of trash comes in.
Yeah, cut out.
Then you need to train. You need to dedicate yourself, and you know you need to be ready the moment's notice. You know, and what I was saying before we were cutting out was if I was living next door to that Tree of Life synagogue.
Yeah.
Dude, I would have been throwing my armor on.
With my ran out and swacked that guy.
Dude, seriously, actually, it was in one of your notes. The Texas church shooting.
Or yeah, like whatever. Yeah.
The Texas church shooting. There was a guy who lived next door to that church.
Yeah.
Dude ran out with an AR-15 and started shooting that motherfucker. At him. And he stopped what he was doing.
Yeah.
And tried to get away in a getaway car. Another dude saw him trying to shoot the active shooter.
Yeah.
They got in their truck and literally chased this dude down.
That is America right there. America.
That is sheepdog mentality.
That is sheepdog.
Now, I wouldn't advocate for chasing somebody down once the threat's gone.
You should definitely call the police.
Please do, because that could actually end you in jail. That could land you in jail, believe it or not. Once the threat has ceased to being a threat. Then,
but if it's life or death, definitely handle like your biz.
Yeah, I mean, I guess my bottom line, my point is, I have that mentality that I would actually trade my life for another person's.
Yeah.
Because, in my opinion, it's right. It's my duty as a protector. I see myself that way to protect other people, protect my family, protect my wife, protect my brother and sister, my dad, protect my best friends, and to protect, even in church, if somebody busted in my church, you can bet your ass I'm gonna drop their ass, with extreme prejudice and without mercy.
And may God have mercy on that mofo that just walked, that had enough balls or just the audacity to come into a church and start picking people off.
Yeah.
That's crazy, bro. Yo, that's crazy, dude. Just real quick, man. That Vegas shooting, bro, that was crazy. And
did you know the guy? So there was, not to get off on a little bit of a tangent, there was a guy who survived that shooting. He was actually a Marine.
For real?
He was a Marine, yeah. Then there was another nightclub shooting, not the Florida nightclub shooting. There was another nightclub shooting.
That was wild too. Shout out to Florida.
Really? Same dude.
Dude, that's scary, man.
See, that dude survived 2 mass shootings.
Is he in the right place at the right time? Or is he in the wrong place?
Well, I mean, he did save a bunch of people's lives. He actually stole a guy's truck and was
both times?
No, just the one time. Las Vegas. Yeah, I think
he was probably ready for that shit.
Well, no, he stole a guy's truck and was loading bodies and injured people.
No. I didn't hear about
going into the line of fire and picking people off the ground, using his belt as a tourniquet, being a Marine.
Know what a tourniquet is, folks. If you don't know what a tourniquet is, that's wild, bro.
Seriously.
That's
I'm not joking. Look it up, man.
Oh, what's this guy's name? Or what is his name?
I don't know his name.
I will find it if I don't have it in the comments section
I'm sure if you look
in
up
the description.
I'm sure if you look up
Throw it in
Marine
the comments.
survives 2 mass shootings, or you'll probably.
This dude's definitely gonna show up.
Yeah.
He is like legendary. Yeah. That's,
Semper Fi, man. Right?
oh my god, dude. Know what a tourniquet is. Any safety, gun safety things that. Do you have any gun safety things that you want to say to anybody, everybody, anybody, whoever's watching?
Well, I mean, if you're new to firearms, get educated, man. They're the
First time I would have
four
gun.
firearms
Yeah.
rules. You know, make sure you know this, and always practice gun safety.
Yes.
You know, always, 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 always. Because the moment you don't,
Yeah.
is the moment a mistake can be made. You know what I mean? And that mistake, once that bullet leaves that chamber, you cannot bring it back.
That's
You
real
cannot
life
undo
stuff.
it. Happens.
Real quick, the homie Jake Nate shot one of his buddies or whatever. That kid died. He'll never come back. And Jake is locked up. Crazy stuff. So, say if it was daytime, we were doing this podcast, you and JD left right outside. It's the same question I gave Dante when you paid attention. We walked outside and you seen a $10 million lottery ticket. And it was all you, bro. What would you do? How would you spend that? Okay. So you pick up this $10 million lottery ticket that's sitting outside my crib, but you only got a month to live. What are you spending it? What are you spending it on? Where are you going? Who are you doing it with?
A month to live.
You got a month to live. Like you got some. I was about to say scoliosis.
Well,
Yo, like you have some life-threatening like disease. Maybe you got some grayscale from.
I'm about to be rich, bitch!
well,
Okay,
I can tell you.
okay.
I can tell you
from Game of Thrones. Yeah.
Well, I can tell you without a doubt. The first person that
She
can
said,
take care of this right here is my wife. All the loans would be paid off. She'd have a company house in Utah, in the mountains of Utah, her own land, her own little flower nursery because she's into plants and flowers.
Yeah.
I'd set her up with a business, and then I'd set my dad up right in the backyard, little flat backyard. Because that's all he ever wants, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And I'd make sure my brother and sister have a good education.
Absolutely. What a gentleman. True. Yo, you are probably one of the most legendary people that I've met in my
I
time.
just kept your secret safe because whatever you just said, no one heard it.
Nah.
Yeah.
Did it cut out?
Yeah.
Is
We're
it
back
back?
though.
Okay.
Okay. Well, let me back up then. If I had that $10 million,
Yeah.
obviously the first person that would, be benefiting from that would be my wife.
Yeah.
I'd be setting her up with a house in
Yeah.
the mountains of Utah.
Mm-hmm.
You know, with her own little bit of land, her own little nursery for all her flowers, and setting her up with a business. You know, that'd be gold line. All loans, all debts would be paid. So
Yeah.
you don't have to worry.
It's like the Lannisters, man.
I'll
Almost
probably
paid his debts.
build my dad a small little tiny house in the back of the property.
He's chilling.
Mm-hmm.
Big chilling.
And then, my older brother and sister, I make sure they get a good education and mentor properly.
Absolutely. Yo, you are a fine gentleman, man. Keep that mind state. What do you want to do with this Three River Patriot stuff, man? Like, what are you trying to take this to, bro?
So, I kind of started it for fun, just to see where it would go.
Yeah.
I really didn't have a goal in mind for it, honestly. I just wanted to share my experiences and some of my thought processes with people.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe meet new people and make some connections and some networking.
Yeah.
And maybe help out other people too. You know what I mean? I'm one of those guys that like to give back to the community. I want to give to my fellow man. You know what I mean? I'm always for helping others and being kind. And actually, to a fault, because you know, I've actually put myself in some detrimental situations just to help people out.
That you didn't need to be in.
Yeah.
But you did it for the homies, bro. You did it for the people you care about.
Oh, I did. But you know, I do it out of my heart, and you know, I do it because I love people, and I want to help people. So I was hoping maybe some of my content, you know, might reach out to somebody and inspire somebody to do something outdoors, or you know, maybe hunt again, or maybe even get into second rate with somebody who's maybe against firearms.
Yeah.
You know, and you know, maybe sees my content and maybe changes their thinking a little bit, and they go out to range with somebody. You know, and if shout out to anybody who wants to come out with me. You know, if you're on the fence about firearms and you know you have a certain view of firearms, dude, message me. I'll take you out on the range. I'll show you what it's all about.
Mm-hmm.
Seriously, I'll show you all the safety rules. I'll show you. I have a plethora of firearms.
Absolutely.
You know,
from
the smallest little 22s to the big 50 cal I have too. So,
yeah.
You know, you want to have fun? You know, I'll show you the ropes.
Yeah.
You know, anything you want.
Talk about the USCCA.
Oh yeah, I did mention the couple firearms groups, the FOAC, which is Firearms Owners Against Crime in Open Carry, Pennsylvania.
Mm-hmm.
But also, if you're new into guns and you're new into concealed carry, I highly suggest that you go check out USCCA, United States Concealed Carry Association.
Mm-hmm.
Not only are they a good resource for education, but you can buy insurance from them. So
buy insurance?
Insurance. So the way you call it insurance if you want to call it. It's easier to describe it that way.
Okay.
If you ever have to use your firearm in a self-defense situation, you're going to jail. Whether it's justified or not, you're going to spend a couple months in jail. And from then
until they figure everything out.
Oh yeah. And it could end up being a legal battle with a family if you kill that person or you name that person. Because now they're going to end up suing you for medical damages and all that stuff. So,
screw that.
I mean, it happens. It does. And the USCCA is there as a legal backup. It's a legal
USCCA?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
United States Concealed Carry Association.
Continue.
They're an amazing group. And there's different levels of insurance that you can buy from them. It's not that expensive. It's actually pretty cheap. And when you do buy into one of their memberships, you get different access to training videos, newsletters. They actually have an entire YouTube channel with all kind of cool stuff. One of their cool segments they do is like different scenarios with a lawyer, an active defense
It's actually
lawyer.
like good to have that. Wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
in fact, the recent one they just came out with was home invasion. What to do in a home invasion?
Yeah.
And the legal ramifications of what would happen if you pulled the trigger.
Now, can you break that down for a dummy version, like for me, of what he like went over?
So
Or pretty much like the ramifications.
The,
like how it
the
works?
bottom line premise is, so it depends on what kind of state you live in, because all state has different laws.
Okay.
Regarding firearms and the use of lethal force.
Yeah.
In the state of Pennsylvania, we have a law called the Castle Doctrine. So if somebody breaks into your house, or even your car, it actually extends your car. Not many people know that. If somebody breaks into your car, forcibly enters your residence without permission, you have every right to use deadly force.
That's in Pennsylvania?
Yeah.
Oh, snap, folks.
So, you know, if I hear a bump in the night and there's some guy coming through my back window,
He's getting sweat.
I have every. Thanks, myself. I have every right to shoot that person by means of the Castle Doctrine. Now, should I? It depends. If I brandish a firearm, you know, and point a gun at him, he tucks tails and runs. It would look really bad if I shot that guy in the back.
But if he stood there and was like, "I'm taking what you got,"
yeah, or if he's threatening my wife or my animals or the people in my house, or
man,
you know, or even maybe even has a firearm or some type of deadly weapon on his person, then by all means that man's getting dropped.
Now, you think or you know he's gonna try to hurt you. How does that? You know what I'm trying to say?
So yeah, I got you. So what you're trying to say is, your mindset. Oh, I think this person's gonna hurt me, or I know this person's gonna hurt me.
Yes.
I think it's kind of subjective. It's what happens in the moment. It's a decision you have to make. That's with any any self-defense situation.
Yeah.
You have to make a decision in the moment to use deadly force, and you have to make damn well sure that you're within your rights to use deadly force.
Shout out to Three Rivers Patriot for coming in here and breaking down these facts. Continue.
And I want to say too, not many people that get into concealed carry, almost like they can just think they can just go out and buy a gun and go get a concealed carry permit and just start carrying. There's a lot more to it.
Yes, there is.
If you don't know the rules, you're gonna end up in jail for a long time, and there goes your rights to firearms. You have to educate yourself. You have to educate yourself.
I'm sure whoever's watching this doesn't need anybody taking anything from them because they probably don't have a lot. And if you do, you work real hard for it. You don't want to see anybody take any of that away from you.
Yeah. So, in the state of Pennsylvania, you can't shoot somebody for robbing you. That's against the law.
So what do I do in that situation? Then I just got to call the police or whatever?
So, let's say you're getting mugged downtown.
Man, okay.
So, again, this comes down to your personal decisions and your personal assessment of the situation.
Yeah.
If the guy's just asking for your wallet,
yeah,
he pretends like maybe he might have a blade or might have a gun.
Yeah.
He might be stuffed in his pocket. The whole finger in the pocket thing. You don't know if it's a finger or an actual gun. Well, you have to make a decision.
Oh shit.
Yeah. Would you rather give him the wallet and cancel all your credit cards?
Or would you rather trade your life for it?
Or trade your freedom for it?
Oh. Look real deep into that.
Look
real deep into that.
Watch is replaceable. My life and his life are not.
This has to be said too. Yo, man, you're on point. I swear. Yo. Is that watch worth your life?
Yeah.
Do you gotta go?
It's getting pretty late, man. We both got work in the morning.
How about this? You have anything for the young minds that may be watching this? Do you have any advice before we cut out of here?
Yeah, man. Actually wrote a couple little points down.
That is the most important.
Look, don't think you have to go to college. Because you
Yeah.
don't. There's actually a big deficit in the trades. Actually, my wife's cousin is a carpenter. The carpenter's union. He makes good damn money. So man has a Subaru, just bought a house, has a truck, getting married soon.
He knows a trade.
It's cool stuff.
A very new trade.
He's a carpenter.
And
so in welders, in electricians, and don't think that you have to go to college. Look at trade schools, man. Because some of them dudes, I know a guy who works an industrial electrician. He's making $80,000 a year.
Dude, that's a lot of money. That's
so
nice.
Don't purposely put yourself in debt because you think you have to have a college job. And that's what and I could go on a huge tangent about how I think college is the biggest racketeering scheme in the United States because it is.
College now. Yeah.
And don't think you have to have it all figured out in your 20s, man. We all fall in that trap. I fell in that trap many times, and I'm rolling up on 30, and I'm still figuring it out, man. And you know what? We're still gonna keep figuring it out.
Real shit.
I listened to some podcasts, one in particular called The Order of Man. Shout out to my man Ryan Mickler, who runs that podcast, doing some really cool stuff. If you guys, you guys want some direction and some good advice, go check out his podcast.
Yeah.
I have not been disappointed by any of the content that you guys put out.
I will definitely check it out. Yo, folks, definitely check that out.
Order of Man by Ryan Mickler.
Order of Man.
And he talks about how it's false to think about coming to an end or coming to a success as a destination.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be. It should be a continuous journey, continuous hardship.
The grind never stops.
No.
The marathon continues.
Because the moment you stop is the moment you become complacent and you start to develop mediocrity.
Real fucking shit. Oh my god.
So,
Three
yeah, don't
Rivers.
think you need to figure it out in your 20s because it's a bunch of bullshit. You can figure it out to the day you die.
Take what this guy says to heart. I hope you take his advice. If you're young out there and you're struggling, you're on that grind, heed his words. He is a very, very intelligent dude. He's been super cool. We've always had good experience together. Yo, man, I think that's it, right?
Yeah.
Second Amendment podcast that just went down. This is my homie Three River Patriot. Let me just give a big shout out to him and his lovely wife for coming in and doing the sound for us. Thank you so much. It is a very big pleasure. She's probably like checking out the comments. It's crazy out here. Shout out to Mike Conier for blowing up my comment section. Shout out to the homies. Shout out to the fam. You got any shout outs, bro?
I don't know, man. Just keep it real. Stay safe, guys. It's a crazy world out there, and just be safe.
Second Amendment podcast. Be safe. Three Rivers Patriots. Tell them where they can reach you real quick before we cut this.
Yeah, so you guys can reach me on Facebook. I have a Facebook page. The Three River Patriot. My Instagram is Three River Patriot, no spaces. You can also see me on my YouTube channel. You just look up Three River Patriot.
Three River.
And see you guys there. Message me if you guys are interested in anything. Let me know, man. I'm always happy to help.
Three River Patriot. This is the second episode of Kicking It with Timmy B. You just heard from the great, the wise, the one and only Three River Patriot. Shout out to, once again, JD for the sound. Shout out to everyone for tuning in. Shout out to my no sponsors. There you go. Do you have any shout outs?
What?
Do you have any shout outs?
Just Mike.
Shout out to Mikey. Shout out to that guy. JD says hi. Thank you again, everyone, for tuning in. I'm doing a podcast really quick, just 60 seconds. I'm doing a podcast with the homie V Tazi, 20, 23, 28, 23, 26. We're going to do some cooking, have the Gordon Ramsay show playing in the background. We're going to talk about some cooking stuff. It's going to be super lit. I'm doing a Game of Thrones podcast with the homie Lexi and the lovely Leia, or Dangerous Leah. She did that actual painting behind me. Shout out to her. Shout out to the homie Gino. Shout out to MVOP, Justin Ayala, the Cuz, PC, Palmetto Tree. That is everybody. And shout out to everyone who's been supporting myself. Please like and subscribe. If you like anything that you've seen here today, put it in that comments. And we will see you on another episode of Kicking It with Timmy B. Did you have fun, bro?
Oh, yeah.
This is legendary.
We gotta do this again sometime, man. Seriously.
We will. Shout out to everybody. See you guys later. So I'm gonna do the music later on. That's off here. What was?
The fucking comments had to be gold.
Oh yeah.